Coming to you from the land of the rising sun
and down under.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Jerry.
And this is
Distant Relatives.
E.T. phone home. Oh wait, is that Stitch? Is that a Stitch voice? I'm
I
sorry.
think they're the same.
Oh, okay. Probably
They
the same.
sound... I miss that. That's childhood. Why are you saying E.T. phone home though?
Because we're phoning home, I guess, again for this episode.
Ooh.
So, backed by popular demand, our Filipino stereotypes episode was very well received. And so we want to make episodes in a similar format.
Yeah, so it will be like chill, fun, laid-back episodes that tackle issues that plague the society today.
Pum, pum, pum. I did it
Very
for you.
intense. Thanks.
So we personally struggled with how we could mix this into the podcast, but while keeping it on brand to our lives abroad.
So we will try to mix our views on the topic as overseas Filipino workers by comparing it to our situations in Japan and Australia.
So think of it as a getting to know us better sort of episode as well, where we just lay down our views, our thoughts for everyone to see. So maybe everyone can just join us. We also have guests from all over the world.
I know,
time we do
this
episode.
Is so exciting. And we are reintroducing this episode as a new series in the podcast. And what's it called, Kuya Kyle?
Wait, I'm going to say it. You should say it.
Yeah, let's say it together. Can we?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Izakaya
Bevies.
Hey.
Okay, so what is our topic for today, Jer?
Our topic for today is toxic Filipino traits. And we invited guests joining us. A three-guest episode. So, who are our guests, Kuya Kyle?
Okay, so joining us is our 3-time guest, Ate Adi.
Hello. Hi, guys.
Okay, our next guest, he sings while he's drunk.
His friend sings well.
His friend sings when he drunk. when they're drunk. It's Jobie.
Hey, Jobs.
Hello.
And also backed by popular demand, our Philam distant relative, all the way from sunny California. Please welcome Romina.
Hey.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, man. Welcome back.
Hi.
Okay, so before we get into the episode, maybe we can just update each other on our lives. What has been going on? So maybe we can start with the farthest from the group, distance-wise, not
Jobie.
emotionally. Baka iba yun. Anyway, so Min, how's life?
I feel like I'm in limbo still. We're still in quarantine. I don't really want to talk too much about America, but what's happening in California right now, there are a lot of fires happening, and it's not really affecting my city, but the surrounding cities, have been affected.
What starts the fire? I always wonder.
Just dryness, I guess. I don't know. It's weird.
I thought it would be something people would cause or something like that.
Possibly maybe a cigarette or something, but I actually have no idea. But I'm sure the dryness has a lot to do with it. There's just a lot of forests here and just grassy areas, so it's easy to catch fire.
Because last year in Australia, there was this crazy wild bushfire. And apparently I learned that people...
Sorry, got distracted with that word. Okay, go.
I learned that people were the cause. They would light little fires and then leave them, and it's gonna start the crazy fires because it is dry as well here. So it spreads quickly. So that's sad.
Yeah, what happened in Australia last year was huge.
Yeah, it burned a lot of the forests.
Is everything okay now, though?
I think there's still some active fires, but a lot of it has been contained. So hopefully it gets better in the coming weeks, the air quality.
I see.
Yeah.
I think it's a yearly occurrence now.
I know.
Yeah, it's because of climate change.
Oh, that is a big topic people need to address. Anyway, okay, so how about the others? Joby,
Hello.
how have you been?
Okay, I'm fine.
Hi, Jobs.
That's it.
Hello, I'm okay. I'm fine. We are still in quarantine and I started playing a game with Kuya Kyle.
So what is this game, Joby? Please
Final
tell us about it.
Fantasy 14.
14. So I actually forced Joby to
Yes.
play this game with me. It's been fun, right? Say yes.
Very descriptive. I love it.
Yes.
Is that okay? So that's my update as well. I've also been playing Final Fantasy 14. It's a very nice game, and I think I've been like evangelizing this game more than the gospel recently. So I've actually recruited a lot of friends. I'm just kidding. To join this
Cut that
cult
part
of
out.
mine. Yeah.
Pyramid scheme.
Pyramids. Yeah, so actually there's a friend code system. So anyone who's listening who wants to play, please, I'll give you my friend code.
That.
Anyway, so I'll talk to you guys later. Are you open-minded? Oh, I'm just kidding.
Do you want to have coffee with me?
Do you want to have coffee with me? Let's talk about Final Fantasy 14. Okay, so that's my update. How about you, Jer? What's been going on?
Ooh. So my updates. I'm going to the tattoo artist later. So I'm so excited for that. Because
Okay.
it's so hard to get a tattoo artist, guys. Like they're fully booked out because during quarantine, people just decided they wanna do something new, do something fun. So literally all of the tattoo artists.
Artists. Artists. I'm sorry.
All of the tattoo artists that I talk to are fully booked. So I have a session on October, but I'm gonna talk to the artist later, and then we're gonna discuss like how it's gonna look, how they're gonna do it. So I'm so excited, and I'll keep you guys posted.
So, Ate Addy, how about you?
Okay, I just want to comment on the video game that you're playing because there was a time when we were we were on Zoom, the three of us, and then both of you were playing, and then you weren't minding me anymore.
Oh, poor Ate
That's so
Adi.
petty.
Yeah. What the?
How rude.
So maybe you should join us.
Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe we all should just play that game.
Yeah, we should just meet there. Because we can just like meet over there. We don't have to meet each other in real life
Yeah,
anymore.
why don't we just stop this podcast? and
Okay,
then
let's just go. Oh my god.
Yeah, let's go. The new normal.
Okay, so an update about me. Well, I'm actually shy to share.
Why? Okay, I
You
think I
of all
saw this
people?
on social media.
Okay, if you insist.
Where? Who is it?
No, because people might say that I'm mayabang and all
Why?
that. But
Why
that's
would
actually
you
my
think that?
because of people.
You're known as Adiabang.
Yeah. Yes, man. Yes.
Just
What are you
putting it
trying to
out
say?
there. The queen of drops.
Hi, Ate.
Love it, man.
Atik, love you, Atik.
Okay, so shall I still share or?
Yeah, go.
Oh my god, I was so shy to share.
No.
I was awarded with a leadership, an international leadership
Oh my
award in our industry. It's called Gamma International, and it's given to and
Say
it's
it.
given to it's given to agency leaders in the insurance industry.
Wow, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, praise God for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw you post, and it's very interesting at Addy that you said that people would be like, people would think that you're mayabang or something.
Yeah.
Cause that's our topic for today, toxic Filipino traits. So I
Are
want
mayabang? Oh.
yeah.
Filipinos are maya.
Yeah, but why do we think that? So
Yeah.
this is gonna be an interesting topic.
Yes. I think we have a lot of things to say about that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
once again, this new series is called Izakaya Bevies, and I love this name so much because it's bringing the culture from Japan, from Izakaya, and the Bevies from Australia. So it's like an online drinking session.
An online nomikai, an
Yes.
online inuman sort of
Yes.
thing.
So it's just us doing unfiltered drunk discussions on certain topics. But right now, we're just drinking coffee because it's the morning for some of us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
For the topics that we discussed, just take it with a grain of salt, you guys. We're not experts. Okay, so toxic Filipino traits. Why are we talking about this thing in the first place?
We wanted to talk about like toxic Filipino traits because it's so many Filipinos, so many kids are tired of it. So we want to discuss and point out which ones are like the ones that are close to our hearts or the ones that bother
Close
us
to our
the
hearts because we love it so much.
No, I mean,
close to
close to home. Yeah, that's the right word. Just so you know, guys, there's like 5 of us now in this episode. That's the most we've ever recorded with anybody. So it's going to be super fun. We have people from the Philippines, from the States, from Japan and Australia. So you'll get all different perspectives from each and every one of us.
We're just going to see whether or not there is basis to it.
Yes.
So, okay, so let's do this one by one. Who goes first? Putting the ball into the air.
By age.
By age? Okay, so Jobie.
Oh.
No, it's Min Min.
Me again.
Up joke. So, Min, maybe we
weight.
could start for us.
Up.
By weight.
By weight, because
Heaviness to lightest ba? Or up joke. Heaviness of the topic. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Kayo Up.
Somebody got hurt.
Up anyway. All right, so let's just start with Min. Let's start with
Sure.
Okay.
The one that I thought of was the expectation of your kids' occupation. Just the expectation of them being either a nurse or a doctor or a lawyer or something high paying like that, conventionally high paying.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think all of us here can relate to that.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we
I've
don't
been
all
through
have
that.
we're all not in the medical field, so
Yeah. Wait, do you have any personal account to like this experience of yours? Like what were you told when you were young?
Well, I remember everyone asking me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I always said I wanted to be a vet or a pediatrician.
Okay.
But I think that's because it was planted in my head.
Okay.
The expectation that you
see.
should
By the person standing behind
Behind
you.
you.
I can't really say things out loud.
Just for context, her mom is like doing the laundry behind her right now.
But yeah, I'm grateful though that my parents are flexible now and they're like supportive of what my brother and I are pursuing, because my brother is pursuing art, so it's also an unconventional path. Kuya Jobie can attest to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But thankfully they're being supportive. So shout out to Mama and Papa.
Yeah, it's good that you mentioned the art thing because a lot of parents or aunts and uncles would be like, "There's no money in art, so why are you studying art?"
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I can relate. Can I share?
Yeah, of course.
No, because in college I wanted to take up music. My parents don't really listen, so it's okay. And they're not here, so. But my parents wanted me. No, actually, my mom didn't want me to take up music because she said that walang pera sa music. There's no money in that career. So I was discouraged. So I didn't take it. And, being the obedient daughter, I took up something that she thought would bring in the bucks. So I took up environmental planning and management. And I never used that course. But I'm okay now. So, but when I was a kid, I wanted to be a doctor also.
Right. Yeah.
Because
we're all,
those are the high paying jobs.
You were all geared for the medical path, I guess.
But I feel like thinking about it now, if you want to be a doctor, you should actually not pursue it for the money. You should have actual care for
because it's a lot of work. It's a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of years of
So
studies.
that's
yeah.
the toxic part of it.
Yeah.
You know, our parents. Charot.
Okay. Sorry. Oops. There you go. So in relation to that, man. So why is it toxic for you?
I think it's toxic because it puts us in a box. It limits us, and it doesn't encourage us to explore the options that we do have. And there are a lot of career options. And I feel like in the future, when we all have kids, or if we do plan to have kids, we should encourage them to look into other things, because being in the medical field or being in law is not always the answer for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow their passion, follow their heart.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Amen.
Okay, so I'll just play the devil's advocate right here, so that we can
Oh, the
do a good
devil is
discussion.
here.
Oh,
Oh man.
he's
the
just like
advocate.
Not today, Satan.
not today.
Not today, Satan.
Anyways, so don't you think that they're just thinking of us when they do that? Don't they think that, they just want the best for us? No, maybe because they also had like very difficult lives back in the day. And because they know how hard it is to get a job. They know how hard it is to build a future, especially in a time where not a lot of opportunities were given to people. By giving that path to us, or like asking us or wanting us to be able to be successful, don't you think it's actually based on good faith and a good heart?
Yes, I would believe so. But if they honestly were thinking about us, they would ask us, what do you want to do? And then they'll support you and look for something that you could do using your passion and what you want. Because what they're trying to do is they try to instill what they want and project it to you. And they set their expectations for themselves on you. And they're like, okay, we didn't have a good childhood. We were struggling. So now I want you to do the opposite so that you won't struggle. But then if it's not something you like, then you're still going to struggle in a different way. Maybe not through money, because you might be successful, but you're going to hate it.
They only want us to be happy, and they think like, to some extent they've had experience, they have like wisdom, so they know what is good and what is not good. It's like trial and error, right? They already made a lot of error, and they just want us to just take that away from our experiences.
There's a difference between, suggesting and guiding you, and actually pressuring you into doing something that you don't really want. So and in the end, there's a tendency to like blame your parents for if you're not happy, blaming your parents for what happened to you. I mean, I'm not blaming anyone because I'm happy. I think, I always believe in the saying there's blessing in obedience, because I'm really happy where I am right now. So I guess God blessed me because I obeyed my parents. But for other people, it's a different story.
It's interesting, Ate Adi, because you said you followed like the course, you did the environmental thing, but that's not what you're doing now.
Yeah.
So could you say that your course was a waste?
No, it's not for some people.
Yeah,
For
for
you,
some
no.
people, but for you.
No, I don't think it's a waste, because I've gained a lot of experiences with it. I mean, I don't use my course, what I studied, but I guess in management, there's a management part of my course that I am using, and and just the experience in general, because it made me who I am today. Yes, it made me who I am today.
So I just want to like take off from that. Like for some people it works. For some people it's okay, and for some people they become successful. So isn't it like okay as well? So
I think there's a fine line. There's I think that the child should have the right to establish that boundary.
Okay.
But of course, I understand the point that the parents are just looking out for you. Because I had a talk with my dad actually recently, and I was telling him I'm grateful that, they were young, they moved to America, like took the risk, and they started from the bottom for the opportunity to give me, and in the future, he wasn't born yet, a better life. I guess what am I trying to say? Like just them paving that path so that I don't have to go through all of those risks and sacrifices that they went through.
Also, Kuya Kyle, I want to say, when the parent does the guidance for like the course or for the job, I would say it's fine if the kid does not know what to do. Like if the kid doesn't have a plan for themselves, like they don't have like a clear path that they want to follow. Like for example, if I'm a kid, okay, mom or dad, can you please give me like guidance because I don't know what to do in the future. I don't know what I want. Then it's fine. But for some people who specifically want to do something, for example, like Ate Adi, she wanted to do music. She's an amazing singer. And then if she followed that path, that could have led her somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because for me, I knew I couldn't do nursing because I hated blood. But then mom and Lola would be like, do nursing because you know your cousin in the States is rich. Her parking garage is automated.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
I
All
remember
for
that.
that.
I remember that. They were like, do that because if you want to have that kind of house, then you're going to be... And I'm like, I don't want to do nursing.
Oh.
Is it true,
I
man?
can't.
Do we have automated parking garages over there?
Can you show us?
Can you show us? Because she's in a
What does
garage right
automated
now.
mean? Like
Press the
automated-
button.
Can you press
Oh, you
the
want me to
button?
show you?
Oh, okay. Please do a full blow-on-blow presentation. Oh, she's actually
She's
doing
showing
it. For us.
Yeah, context, guys. I'm in the garage because this is the only quiet place in this household.
Yeah. Okay, but then I would want to say that they're only thinking about money. What do we need to do to live, guys? We need money. I'm just playing the devil's advocate, okay? And I also feel that, we should be able to do what we want to do. And it doesn't really mean, money doesn't really mean happiness. But then for them, it was a struggle. For a lot of our parents, it was a struggle to provide, to make money. So giving us that choice and being able to provide that option for us to become nurses, to become doctors, isn't that a huge privilege?
That's true.
Yeah, so being able to do that for all of, I think it's also in good faith, and it's just love. Their love just flowing out.
What do you think, Jobie?
Yeah, Jobie, we want to hear from Jobie. Jobie's here.
Hey, so I wanted to take up painting or fine arts since I was a kid. So my parents would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would say a painter. I didn't say anything in the medical field or a lawyer. They've always supported that. But by the time I ended up I was gonna take the college entrance exam. They wanted me to take architecture because
it's more lucrative.
Because it's like a compromise of art and
Art and engineering.
and something and math na you can combine and you earn more. Yeah, but I really wanted to paint. So I took up fine arts still, and that's where I passed. And
it's been working for you, right? Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. And they did their research, so they ended up agreeing that it may not be as a high-paying job as theirs, but it's they did research and they find it interesting naman na I would be able to make my way
and provide
it
for yourself.
and
Yeah.
provide for myself. And since they know how hard it is to start from the beginning, they support that. That's where I start also.
That's actually a good approach, trying to find a compromise with what you like and something that they think would be good for you. So I think the way they suggested architecture was a good, was a good compromise. Even though you didn't take it, at least they tried to find something in the middle.
Yeah, not a lot of parents are like that.
Yeah.
And I think with what's going on with their generation and our generation is that there are more opportunities for our generation right now, even for the art department. Creatives are earning so much more now, and I don't think they just understand.
Not in the Philippines though.
No, I mean
artists are underpaid.
well,
Hella underpaid in the Philippines.
But we have YouTube, We have
Yes.
OnlyFans. Anyway, okay. So, what do you feel? I can understand the toxicity of things because it limits people. Okay, but also we can also see like the other side of the story now.
Yeah.
So, is it really toxic if we can see that side of it? Okay, so question mark. Yes, Min.
Yeah, and at the same time, I don't want us to sound like we're ungrateful. It's just, I feel like there's that boundary that should be established.
Yeah, that is true. I think proper communication is also key
Yeah.
for these kinds of things
And
because we don't really know their
compromise.
side very well.
Yeah.
And they don't know our side very well. So I think it's good that we're being very vocal about it. So
Yeah, you
Our
gave
parents
such
listening.
good points, Kuya Kyle. You gave such good points, and based on our discussion, I would say, or I would assume that this isn't a toxic Filipino culture. It's just parents wanting the best for kids,
yeah.
and yeah.
Well,
So
it's,
yeah, maybe we should do a vote. Like, is it toxic or not?
it's really hard to say, honestly, because it depends on the person how they feel about it.
Oh, that's true. So this is very like subjective.
Very subjective. I think all of these.
With all of that said, it still depends.
It still depends.
Yeah, okay, no more voting
Okay,
then.
no, let's
Yeah,
vote.
yeah.
But like for this group, let's see if it's toxic or not.
Okay. So is it toxic or not? In 3, 2, 1. Not.
Toxic.
Still depends.
Okay, so
Toxic.
2 for 2 and 1 on the fence. I guess that's it.
Okay. So that ends our. Just kidding. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So, okay, let's just go with age. Jobie, what is yours?
Hello.
Are
Hello.
you a caller?
Hello.
We have a caller from the Philippines.
Hello. So, the toxic Filipino trait I want to talk about with you guys is being close-minded about mental health.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
it's-
okay.
Dismissing it as kaartehan or being exaggerated and overacting
Okay.
your feelings and emotions.
Okay, so give us a background on this, Jobs.
Mm.
Like, so what did you experience?
Okay, so this is a sensitive topic, and
Yeah.
for the people who don't know, I am bipolar, and I've experienced this firsthand and personally.
Yeah.
That some people from the different generation, like an older generation, would say na you are just overreacting because it's not that bad. People have it worse. Some people have it tougher. So it invalidates what I feel, and I feel bad. But
Yeah.
there was this time during my thesis panel, my thesis was about informative and experiential
The
I forgot.
informative and the experiential. Okay, very broad.
of bipolar disorder through art, like experiencing it through art. And the panelists said that when I present, I should be more bipolar.
What?
After mentioning to them that I am bipolar.
What?
So I was like, what?
That's weird.
So you were not bipolar enough for them, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
I find-
goodness, that's so inappropriate.
That's so ignorant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but actually, so for you, I think because it's a mental health issue, and a lot of people experience this. A lot of people don't even know that they have mental health issues.
Yes.
Yes.
And for people to be invalidated, like for me, I don't know if I have mental health issues, but then for one time, because I did like this text on our group chat saying how I was very tired and about COVID and everything, and then I was expressing my feelings, but then there was one reply that was just like, "It's okay, you're just homesick," something like that, and I'm like,
Sad.
"Oh."
So sad.
Like completely dismissed all of your feelings.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is just like one aspect of it. Being people telling you like, "Oh, wala lang yan." You're just you're being overthinking about. It's really
Yes.
hard to be the devil's advocate for this one though.
I'll try. I'll try to be the devil's
Okay.
advocate.
Okay.
Because the thing with mental health is it's not something that you can see. So a lot of people, just because they don't see it, they don't think it's there. So I actually saw like posts about something like people take amputees seriously, people take injuries seriously, but for mental health, they don't think of it like it's serious because they can't see the struggles of people internally. So my question would be, some people think that the people who have mental health issues just have like attention seeking things. Like they just want they just want attention. Yeah. So I guess for me, those people would probably like want proof of your mental health issues. Yeah, like you're diagnosed.
Or like a video of you like just mentally breaking down. Is that what they want?
That is sad. I agree that this is a toxic trait.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm just trying to be a devil's advocate. Okay, I'm not agreeing with them. I'm just saying like maybe.
But yeah, okay. So in relation to that though, I think there's just like a lack of understanding on their part. Just being dismissive of things, just being dismissive of emotions. It's just like, yeah, it's very insensitive, and it's like you don't really care.
I think also, like Kuya Jobie said, sorry, Kuya Cal, were you saying something?
No, it's okay.
It's a generational thing because I think back then, especially with men, they don't really talk about their emotions or they don't express their emotions. Even with, I think in society in general back then, it seemed like just mental health was not a topic of conversation. So they're just probably unaware or just not educated on the topic.
For me, this is an easy like toxic.
This is full
There's
on
no
toxic.
denying it.
Yeah.
That's why it's very important to, the initiative, the mental awareness initiative is really important.
Yeah.
Because people need to know that it's not just kaartehan. It's not people are really struggling.
Yeah, and there's like chemical reactions in the brain that shows that you're depressed and shows that there's a mental health issue. So it's a medical thing and people can't seem to understand that. Just because it's happening in your mind doesn't mean it's not serious or it isn't real.
But I think there are like some people who make it an excuse though. Like even if it's but we don't really know if they really are or not. So it's really hard to address
there goes
situations.
the devil's advocate.
There goes the devil. Oh yeah, that's me. I'm sorry.
There he is.
But I just didn't want to. I wanted Jerry to say it. I couldn't. Okay, so some people really just make an excuse and like I can't today. I have mental health reasons or something like that. That person never really had. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's really hard to say. That's the thing.
Yeah, but who are you to say that was invalid?
Yeah, exactly. But then who are we to say that they're not lying? Right?
That's true.
Yeah,
So.
It's true.
So,
yes, coming from Jobie, yes, Jobie.
So, yeah, some people may be using it as an excuse, but there's no proof to actually say that. Yeah, to say that they were using it as an excuse. But if ever there are reasons, it's best to be better than your illness. You own up to your mistakes.
Yeah.
Like even me, if I make a mistake, I don't try to say, oh, it's because I'm bipolar. Like I try to own up to it. Like when I had the fight with Ate Adi.
Putting it out there. Who told you?
And then I said, who told you? And then I said sorry as soon as possible because I knew I was wrong and I was being overly sensitive because it was my lola's wake and everything. So
sorry, that was insensitive of me. I think I should leave. Love you,
it's
Joe.
okay. I'm sorry too. So yeah, so I think it's best to not make it as an excuse because it just makes the ones who have it also feel bad. Yeah.
I have a question though, Jobs, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Are you
okay.
like officially diagnosed?
Yes, I am
Yes,
diagnosed.
and are you taking medication for it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think people.
Okay.
No, I just think people.
With that said,
people want that. Like, oh, can
Yeah,
you give
yeah,
me
yeah.
proof that you're diagnosed? Because yeah, some people just really abuse the term like mental
yeah.
health nowadays.
But
'Cause
for
you
those who
can't
are
re-
not diagnosed, though, we can't really.
it doesn't mean
invalidate,
it doesn't mean you're not valid, but it
Okay.
just means like
yeah.
if you feel like you're not okay mentally,
Yeah.
then maybe you could get yourself checked.
Okay. Maybe we can do a vote now, to see
Okay.
if this is toxic or not.
It is
Yeah.
toxic.
100%.
We're supposed to
Yes.
do like a countdown, but okay,
Toxic.
fine.
Fine
It's already toxic.
toxic.
Okay. Okay, so by order of age, I'm
Is it
next.
me?
I'm just kidding.
Me.
Okay,
Is it-
Jerry.
Okay. So next toxic Filipino trait that I feel very strongly of ups is being hella conservative and imposing conservative rules on women.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Jobs, let's get out of this room. It's gonna be a hard topic to talk about.
The women are the only ones who are allowed to talk.
Yeah. So at the
Okay, I'm muting
end,
myself right now.
we were both studying in an all-girls school in college, and we were imposed like a dress code. Like we had to have like a specific length for a skirt. And how did you feel about that?
Well, I was okay with it. Okay, so it's not toxic. No, just kidding.
The uniform situation, because sometimes it's easier for people to just, I have a uniform. I don't have to
No,
think
but
about
also you're not allowed to. I think with the skirt, I have no actually I have no problems with that. But with the
Civilian.
top.
With the top.
No, with the top, yes, because we weren't allowed to like wear dark colored underwear, bras.
Oh.
Because we're not allowed to, or we should be wearing a sando, and it's really hot. There's no
Yeah,
aircon in our
freaking
school,
hot.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. So those, I think that's.
It's just wild to me to think about that because why does it have to be up to them what you're wearing in your underwear? Like what do they have to do with your undergarments? That's kind of invasive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause our uniform is white and it's thin, so you can see through it. So they're like, don't wear black because we can clearly see it.
Then don't look.
But there's a purpose while it's thin because it's really hot.
Yeah.
And then you make us wear a sando underneath it, so that beats the purpose. Okay.
When, for example, when you get catcalled, people will be like, "Oh, what were you wearing? What was your skirt short? Why were you perved on? Because you were wearing no sleeves. You were sleeveless." And I'm like, first of all, clothing does not matter. There were so many times that I was sexually harassed in public transport, and I had like full on clothes. Like I was covered up. Like I was wearing pants. I was wearing a bolero. I was wearing everything. So
Everything.
yeah, I was like fully covered,
Okay.
and I was still sexually harassed. So it's not about the clothes, and it never will be, and it should never be a basis for that.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're just talking about clothes,
Good-
conservative.
yeah.
What else ba?
No, I mean, I know. I just remember my lolo, our lolo, Papa D, because I really lol. I laugh out loud. And there was a time when I was, having the peak of my laughter, and then he suddenly says, "Ba't ganyan ka tumawa? Why do you laugh that way? Para kang hindi
Oh my
babae."
gosh.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
so
Yung pagbuka ka din?
yeah. And also the way we sit. Yes, of
Yes.
course. That the laugh, the way we sit, the way I carry myself, the way just kidding.
While it has to do with being conservative too, I think it also has to do with the standard of what a woman should be.
Yes, based on the Proverbs woman in the Bible. Just kidding.
We're very Christian in this household.
Yeah, but it's not only Papa D. Also, my grandma and my dad's mom.
So it's not just men
I think it's just the older generation.
and their standards.
I was also laughing with my cousin who's my age. We were like 8 years old, and then our nanay follow us with her slipper because she said we're never gonna have husbands.
Oh no!
my God.
How should you laugh? What is the expectation for laughter? Oh. Oh, okay. You're not getting husbands now if you laugh like that. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
I laugh really ugly, so.
Just 3. He's not has, but he.
Oh my God.
Calculated. I see.
Yeah, being conservative is like multifaceted. Like there's so many ways women have been oppressed through the years.
Okay, so my question is this toxic Filipino trait, or is this just like toxic culture in general? Because I feel like I mean maybe in the
No.
Philippines it's more
there's a lot of
conservative now
Filipino- yes,
compared to the States.
Filipino
Yeah.
culture.
I just want to ask Min because
Yeah.
like how is it there in the States? I've never experienced like conservative I don't know, like liberalism in the sense that you probably
Liberal.
is it different there? Like how are your other peers treated?
I'll speak on like you're talking about other like non-Filipino.
Because my question is this only in the Philippines?
Well, I remember in high school, we still had a rule where our shorts or skirts shouldn't pass our fingertips when our fingertips are on our sides. Or we can't wear spaghetti strap or anything quote unquote raunchy like that or provocative.
Ratchet.
Yeah, it's like against
Grade school.
My blood is freaking boiling.
yeah, so the way we were dressed is also monitored, and that was just like against my
Oh,
But I guess there's also just a proper dress code for everything.
Travel for certain situations. That's true. So if you go to like a
Yeah,
5-star
like in
church, a 5-star church.
There's this-
That's our church. Just kidding.
Okay, so I'll just give also an experience of mine. So it doesn't just happen to women. Like for me, also in church, like I would be told like there's a proper way to dress. And there's you don't wear shorts, for example, in certain areas. That is like, okay, because that establishment would like probably have rules or something like that. But then for guys as well, like we would also be told like, don't wear makeup and stuff like that. Things that, are just like, don't walk that way or like, don't talk that way or stuff like that. I would hear that. And don't cry. Don't be soft. Be more manly. Be, in a certain sense, it's like, gender roles are being more than like conservatism. I feel it's like gender roles are being pushed.
I'm gonna ask something about the church. So when Jesus was alive here on earth,
Hallelujah.
Wow.
he would accept.
I remember that time.
some good times.
Good times.
Really
Based on my understanding, he would accept prostitutes. He would accept lepers. So no matter what you look like, and no matter what you wear, and no matter what you do, you're accepted in the house of God. So who are people to say you can't come in church if you're wearing something like sleeveless top or like slippers? I don't get that.
Yeah, me too. I would wear
People want to
shorts in
listen
church.
to the word of the Lord. They can wear whatever. What if I was walking around? And
Amen.
I love this song.
yeah, so sorry, I do not approve of dress codes even at church. I'm against that.
But we digress a bit. with this. I don't know because
But
like
I'm with you, Ate Jerry. I'll just say I'm with you.
Thanks,
I'm
Min.
also with you, but we digress.
Yeah, but
Okay, so with this whole conservatism topic, it's a generation thing.
Is it?
Like most of the things that we've already talked about.
oh,
But how do we?
it's a character thing. Just kidding. Some people are just really judgmental also. So
On the other side, maybe it's because they also, experience it themselves, and they just want to keep that tradition, or like it's deeply rooted in how they were brought up. That's why they are trying to do it for us as well. For us, it's different because we live in a world where freedom is being promoted, and it is more felt by us than them. And it's just a really difference in like the way of thinking and a difference in generation. I'm not saying that people who think this way are old, but I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on this one because I wouldn't say it's a toxic Filipino trait because we're on the topic of toxic Filipino traits. I would say this is just like a general thing.
No, I think a lot of the way Filipinos have their culture, like from the image of a woman, like going back to Maria Clara, that's what they think a woman should be, a woman should act, a woman should look.
But isn't that like also everywhere else, like in the
Who's
world?
your Maria Clara in Japan?
Maria Osawa. Just kidding.
Yeah, actually, it seems like in Japan seems like they embrace, conservative.
Yeah, it's a very
women.
patriarchal society here.
Mm-hmm.
So even, okay, to give context here, like women bash women. And one of the reasons why women are they need to wear makeup, they need to like be prim and proper every single time is because like other women would be talking about each other. And they would have to show a face to be able to be accepted in society, that sort of thing. Like, it's not even like pressure from men anymore for that aspect. And that's what I hear. Even like the Me Too movement, it did not push through in Japan because a lot of women would say, we experienced it, why are you complaining now? So that was an argument that women would like say here in Japan. So
that's really sad.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not like just in the Philippines.
Okay, I think it's a toxic thing. But not exclusive to the Philippines.
Yeah, it's a toxic worldwide trait.
Yeah.
So let's just erase that from the episode.
So that was not valid.
I popped off.
Yeah.
Cancel that.
Better include that, Kuya Kyle.
I'm just gonna edit it down. Okay.
To edit it down to 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay. I'm the second oldest here.
What are you trying to say?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, guys. So there's some holes in this house. Anyway, so my Filipino toxic trait, and this has shaped me to becoming this insecure person that I've become today, is that people comment on looks in the Philippines a lot as greetings.
A lot.
Yes.
Like the first thing that people would tell me every time I go home is either "O pumayat ka," "O tumaba ka," "O umitim ka," "O pumuti ka." Like, "Oh, you've gone fat, you've gone thin. Oh, you're whiter now, you're darker now." That kind of conversation, and I'm like, hi. It's been a while.
like nice to see you too.
Yeah, nice to see you too. But that's the first thing that they say, and I'm like, oh, should I be darker now? Should I be whiter? Should I be fatter? Should I be thin? I'm so insecure as a person now because I feel like I have to be considerate of everyone's opinions and how I should be like in terms of how I should look. How do you feel about that, guys?
I think this is very true because I don't know if others can relate to me, but sometimes I don't. Not just to me, to my friends. But every time, like for example, there's a homecoming in school or like a big reunion in the family, and you're just really shy to attend because you've grown fatter. They're gonna comment about how you look today, and you're scared because for Filipinos, they're really tactless, or some of them are really tactless. Like when you meet, Kyle, you really gave a good point.
Yeah, I don't know, like, okay, for me, I think, I don't know if other cultures experience this as well, but this is so prominent in our culture. And I would be conscious about it because, I was a really fat kid, like, tabachoy. We were all just really fat. There was one point I had an eating disorder, honestly, because of it. And I would not eat properly because I wanted to be thin, because people who are thin are like cooler, look better, that kind of thing. and we would always be commented on how fat we are and stuff like that. So I'm like, I mean, it's toxic for me because it really changes a person in a way, like mentally, emotionally. They become more insecure, and we just, if we don't fit certain standards, then we're not good enough for the world. We're not good enough to be in love. We're not good enough to be accepted. So
because in the Philippines, they always like to comment, "Oh, you're pretty sana, but you're fat."
oh nga. Oh my gosh, that is so.
That's
I get that.
yeah. So
I get that from my mama.
people really like in the Philippines, they really like to comment on looks.
And Jobie,
that's true.
Jobie, I saw your post about Nanalita. Is it okay if you can share that?
Yeah, sure. So my lola Nanalita, she every time we'd see each other, she would always comment on my looks. So one, she would say that you're fat.
Okay.
Two is that you've gotten darker.
Yeah.
Every time we see each other, you're dark. You used to be white when you were a baby, but now you're dark. Lastly, about my beard, that I look like.
Don't say it.
Sanggano.
Yeah.
Sanggano.
I look like.
That's their term.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
No.
Goon.
I would also get that from my
Parang
grandma
ganun.
about my beard.
Yeah. So I should
Shave it
shave
off,
every time
like,
I should see my lola.
And you also posted that she would give you papaya soap every Christmas.
Yeah, whitening soap every Christmas. So though I wasn't hurt, well, but
You're fine.
You little tough cookie.
yeah,
Good for you.
I'm okay because
You have a strong warrior here.
yeah, my lola loves me.
Oh, that's true.
But what if it comes from someone you don't love?
Baka nagjo-joke lang siya. Baka nagjo-joke lang si Nanalita.
Yeah, pero
Maybe she was just joking,
so far to give me soap.
Yeah.
I have a question. Am I too sensitive? Am I being too sensitive about this?
No. It's
No.
when I was a kid, I was in grade school. I was eating in a cafeteria. I had cute pigtails on. I was feeling good. And then two upperclassmen came up to me and they looked and they were all like, "You're so cute, but you're so dark." And ever since then, I got so insecure about my skin. I tried gluta. I tried to drink like whitening pills. I tried to scrub myself. I put it to the point that I had allergic reactions and I had like little hive things because of the whitening lotion application. So there was a point in my life that I was obsessed to get that light skin. So no, it's not, you're not overreacting. Like comments like that affect people and like impact people in a way.
But I just want to add, Kyle, sorry. With what you said, I just want to add that it's not just the looks that they're commenting on, but also, may asawa ka na ba?
That too.
That too, right?
yeah.
May boyfriend ka na ba? Do you have a boyfriend already? Do you have a girlfriend already?
Yeah.
Are you married already? Why are you not yet
As
married?
a greeting, right? Yeah.
As a greeting, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the first,
As a greeting.
the
First
first
thing that they tell
words.
you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bye. Sorry, I did not sign up for this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so okay, no one wants to oppose this.
No.
No. Okay.
It is toxic.
But okay, I have one opposition to this, and it's a thing here in Japan as well. Like, people treat greetings like this as some sort of like, because they don't have anything to say. They don't have anything else to say. They don't know what to ask. So that is the default.
Then work on your communication skills.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, find
Nice.
proper icebreakers. Like, how are you as a start? Like, how have you been?
Oh, good morning.
On the other side of the spectrum, though, when I got braces, I got really, really, really thin. So even elders, like other Filipino elders here that my parents are friends with, they would comment on how skinny I was, and they would say, "Oh my gosh, all the nutrients are going to your hair," or like the wind will blow you away.
Wow.
So it's just, that also impacted me, and it's already hard for me to gain weight, and I know that phobia is more like a systemic thing, but also being skinny can be a struggle for some people who are trying to put on weight, and others keep like commenting, "Oh, you're so skinny."
So okay, maybe we can like just vote on this because I think we all agree to this, right?
Yes.
So yes. Okay.
Toxic.
Yes.
Toxic. Okay, and the oldest person hasn't
Oh.
about
The
herself.
wisest person.
Am I being offensive by calling you
Yeah,
the
why are
oldest?
you
Am I
like that guy? You're such a Filipino.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, so
Okay.
Ate Adi.
Okay, I think everyone will agree with me. Yes, confident.
Wow.
But I think and I strongly believe that Filipinos are too nosy. In Tagalog, usisera at usisero.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Question.
Yes.
Question. What's itchusera?
no, echosera. Echosera is
Because I hear that too.
echosera is parang
It's the same.
no, echosera is like your it's a hard question. I know.
Let's
Oh,
table
friend.
that for later.
Parang no, yung parang nambobola ka. You flatter
Yeah, like
other
making
people.
things up.
Oh,
Yeah,
like a
making
kiss
things
ass?
up and
Oh.
making things up that's not
Oh, like a
real.
liar. Just a
Yeah.
Yeah,
liar.
so the opposite
It's
of
Sarah.
yeah, for example, you tell me, "Oh, Ate Adi, ang payat mo na. Chosera ka." Yeah, like that. Chosera kami, ano ka ba? Like that. So that's it, chosera. And
Thank you for the clarification.
and the short term and the most popular term for that is chos. Because it came from chos came from echosera, it became chosera and then became chos.
The root word.
Wow, we have an etymology class right here.
So next week it will be os. Just kidding.
Us. Oh, Sarah.
So there,
That's good.
Filipinos are really really too nosy. Like for example, this happened yesterday. I was in traffic, and we thought there was a big accident, but just because there was a motorcycle that lost its balance or something. But there's nothing really big there because Filipinos are too nosy. It caused so much traffic. The other motorcyclers stopped also, and then people
just to see.
approached the scene, and then the cars moved slower or even stopped. Stuff like that. That's not really necessary. So that's an example of being too nosy. And I think we all have something to share about this topic.
Do we have another?
Oh, I know. Like, do you know your relative somewhere? She's pregnant already, and she's not even married. Blah blah blah. And they're
Oh, like
say
gossip
that.
mongers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we name dropping or?
Oh, anyone? Who's pregnant?
Yeah, gossiping in a form of prayer request. Uy, pag-pray mo naman, it happens, in, especially in church. Are we going back to church? So it really happens because, there are groups like, sorry, prayer meetings. When, you talk to your, you talk to your amiga, and then you ask her, uy, alam mo na ba yung nangyari kay ganito? Pag-pray natin siya kasi we need to pray for her because she got pregnant and she's not married. Like that. So in a form of prayer request.
Yeah.
Chismosa. So is it the same, being nosy and being chismosa, like a gossip, whatever you want to call that?
It's probably part of this, like in the same side of the spectrum. They're very close to each other. But yeah, like the usisero thing, I have like something to say about that. Like, just being the devil's advocate, I won't say it's really...
Here we go.
Here we go.
And he's back.
Go away from me, Satan. May the power of Christ compel you. Anyway, I think it's a really nice thing,
What?
like the act of kindness kind of thing. Because we are literally concerned. What if something was wrong? People go out. I would see people go out and look at accidents and actually have the goodness of heart to help out. If anyone is injured, if anyone is like dead or something like that. Like, we really want to have that helping spirit. And okay, I would say, because there's this like the pedestrian kind of like, what's that phenomenon thing? Like, if there are a lot of people in a certain area and there's one person injured, not everyone would go to help because they would think other people would be helping out. So let's just avoid the situation. But then if it's like one-on-one and there's someone on the floor, you're gonna go out and help them out, right?
Yes.
But in our situation, like, we all try to help out. And that's our bayanihan kind of like mentality, I feel. Like, we just want to be able to help out. So
that's not true for the traffic though.
But you see people taking out their phones and video recording the scene. And, you know, are you really that concerned?
Yeah.
I mean, but I have a story to share, if it's okay. So when I think I was in, I don't know, but years back, I was with my mom, and I think it was around almost 1 a.m. And then we were driving home, and then in a dark area, we saw a man who fell from his motorcycle on the opposite side of the road. And then my mom stopped the car. It was totally dark. No one was there. And I was like, baka, ano yan? What do you call that?
Modus?
Modus, yeah, modus. Because it happens
like
here, right?
Scam,
Yeah.
So she stopped, and then she started screaming, hala, ano nangyari? Ganyan. Anak, call 911. And I was like, 911? There's no 911 here. But you know, the thing is, I called 911.
Okay.
Because she was panicking already. But I guess I agree with that, Kyle, that Filipinos are generally kind and they want to help, but others are just really too nosy, and
To a
they're
clinical
not.
degree.
Yeah, they're not really concerned, but they just want to know what's happening because we're chismosas, we're usiceras, and that happens. But the kindness, that kindness thing happens also. So
Yeah. So
Okay.
if you like slow down in an accident and just want to see what's happening and not call the police or the hospital, then you're just adding to the problem of traffic.
I
So
see.
that means like the ambulance would get there longer, or would take them longer to get there because of you who was causing the traffic.
Okay. But
So
okay,
true.
so for me, like, I think I can now see the Filipino-ness in it, and in a good way. So also for what I was like really pissed off a while ago, like the commenting on looks, like if something changed in a person, you would be concerned as well to a certain degree. If someone is like going really thin, like, oh, are you okay? What's happening to you? And I think it just comes off in the wrong way. And also like
some people
anyway,
are just really tactless. They don't, choose their words.
yeah. And for this,
I
like,
think that's what it is.
yeah. And for the Usiseda thing, like, also, like, we're just concerned. I mean, who cares about traffic if that person is dying?
That's true. You know the parable of the Good Samaritan? Let's go back to church. Let's go back to the Bible. Because, because I don't know what I would do if I was alone. Like if that same scene happened to me and my mom wasn't there.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. If I see someone lying on the floor.
Versace?
You know the parable. Should I tell the story of the Good Samaritan?
No, it's okay.
No, right? But you get my point. Right? What are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna stop and help when it's, it could be a modus or...
Is a modus like a trap? Is that what you mean?
Yes, it's
Yes.
like that.
Oh,
Things like that
yeah.
happen here. A lot.
A
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens here too.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's okay to be concerned, but being too nosy is different. It's different.
Yeah, because I still stand by the cars that drive slow just to see what's happening isn't due to them wanting to help, but them just wanting to see what's happening.
Yeah.
Because if you're not calling a hospital, then you're not helping. You're just looking.
If you're just, taking out your phone and video recording so that your YouTube account will,
But there is a silver lining though, like Kuya Kyle said. With that, I think there's just always a fine line between a lot of these toxic traits.
Yeah. You look at it if it's like convenient for you or inconvenient for you, because I feel like people are inconvenienced by this trait because it doesn't work for them. But what if you were in the situation of that person lying down on the ground and no one helps you out? No one is usisedo enough to be like kind enough to like help you out. So if it works for you, you'd be happy because of it.
I think there are those people who want to help, but there are also people at the same time who are just plain nosy. So there's both. I think they're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, there's the good Samaritans and stuff, but we're talking about like the toxic trait of being Cicero.
But I think it just it just comes out of like our wanting to help others.
Like
and it comes
kapwa, or I don't know the
Bayanihan.
Yeah.
So
yes, it's
maybe
toxic.
let's vote on this. I think we're kind of like, oh really? I would say it's not toxic.
For me. It still is. It's still toxic.
It still is. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do a vote. Like, is it toxic or not? 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Come on.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Okay, so I guess it's a yes for this group. Come on. Okay. Wow. So there are more to this than what we just talked about.
Yeah, there's a lot. Maybe there should be a part 2 of this.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. And like as we were talking about it, we learned that it's not only in the Filipino sometimes it's a generation kind of thing. Sometimes it's a culture kind of thing. So but what we feel it's because it happens more in the Filipino setting, and we just feel like it's really a Filipino thing. So maybe we should also talk about that in the future.
Yes.
Maybe Jobie has something to say.
Amen to that.
Amen. Okay.
Hashtag patriarchy. Hashtag colorism.
Oh. Preach it, man. Preach it.
Hashtag distant relatives.
Oh, wow.
Woo!
Thank you for that. Okay, so that was a lot. We talked about a lot of things. We digressed a lot and all over the place, but I think we were able to discuss. What do you think, Jer?
I enjoyed that so much. It was so fun to have 3 guests on.
Yeah.
And I feel like we were able to like cover a lot of the traits and just discuss what we feel and our opinions on it. So I love this episode.
Okay. How about you guys? What do you feel? So if you have any comments or suggestions, feedback on the episode, we want to know more.
Yeah.
Through email. Just kidding.
No, we want through text, through pager, through your pocket bells. Anyway, so let's do our plug. So Jobie, can you plug your Instagram, your handles and everything?
Hello, so my Instagram is @jbrsart on Instagram.
I love you, Jobie.
Okay. Min.
No, I have nothing to plug. It's okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, so Ate Adi?
My YouTube is Adi Sebastian. So if you want to follow me, yes.
If you want insurance policies, up.
You might not follow me because of what you said. So can you just delete that?
Okay, sorry. Okay.
What is the slogan for that?
You're ruining it, Kyle.
Sorry.
In for life.
In for life.
In life.
Si Jerry na
In
lang walang
life.
policy here. So.
Jerry, ups. Jerry, ups.
Okay, so for my Final Fantasy account. I'm just kidding.
That we're all gonna be playing soon.
Yes, okay. So Jerry, please. So our handles.
Yes. So please follow Distant Relatives on Instagram. It's @DistantRelatives the podcast, and we also have a Facebook page. We also have a Facebook page. It's Distant Relatives the podcast. So please follow us there as well. You can leave a DM, leave a comment, send us an email through, what's our email, Kuya Kyle?
It's distantrelativesthepodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, so please reach out. And if you want us to talk about certain topics, leave a comment and let us know.
Okay, so maybe we can ask Min to wrap this up for us.
Yeah.
Because we weren't able to do it the last time. We're very sorry about that.
Okay, this has been Distant Relatives.
And remember... Even if life abroad gets hard.
You don't have to go through it alone.
Bye.
Bye, guys.